Circuits and Networks. I am Ravikant, and today's topic will be calculations of equivalent resistor networks. So the heading of this topic is resistors equivalent networks. These are the various arrangement of resistors in series or in parallel arrangements. One may ask you to find out the equivalent resistance between 2 points. In this particular case, let me show you an example that A and B are the 2 points where you need to calculate the equivalent resistance. So this is how they may ask you to calculate the equivalent resistance between 2 points. Either you can take this example or you can take the next example, A and B. We need to find out the total equivalent resistance. So how we are looking at the network reference point is important. Okay. So how do we do this? We'll start off with the example, basic example. You can see there is a arrangement of resistors in series in parallel, and we need to find out the equivalent resistance between the point A and B. So how do we do that? We'll take the solution in step-by-step process. First, I'm going to take step 1. In this step 1, I'll start calculating the equivalent resistance from the terminating side. This is called as a terminating side, and A and B is the reference point where you need to calculate the total R equivalent, and 4, 2 and 6 are the terminating point resistor values which for this A and B. So 4, 2, 6, they are said to be in series. So we'll add up 4, 2 and 6 and we'll get the value as 12 ohms. After getting the value as 12 ohms, the 12 ohms is in parallel with 3 ohms. So this is how the reduced network of 3 parallel to 12. So this parallel combination will give you as the result as 3 into 12 by 3 plus 12, whose value is nothing but 12 by 5, or you can take some time the value to be 2.4. This 12 by 5 can replace this parallel circuit in this fashion. Now in step 3, we'll take the total resistance value of 2, 12 by 5 and 4, and we'll go obtain the value to be 42 by 5. Or numerically it can be taken also as 8.4. So now we can replace this 2, 12 by 5 and 4 with 42 by 5. So the 42 by 5 is replacing all the series combination, and again we'll end up here with 6 parallel to 42 by 5. So this parallel combination again we will take with the help of parallel circuit formula, and the value is obtained to be 7 by 2 ohms, or can be also made equivalent to 3.5 ohms. So finally you can replace this parallel combination with 7 by 2. So this is how we have replaced the value with 7 by 2. Now we can see 8 ohms, 7 by 2 and 12 ohms, they are in series. So the R equivalent between A and B can be obtained to be 47 by 2 ohms, or numerically it can also be 23.5 ohms. So this is how we calculate the equivalent resistance for a complicated circuit. Now we have reached to the next example, where we need to find out the equivalent resistance between C and D. This problem is quite similar to the previous problem, but there is a difference. What is the difference? When you look at A and B calculations, and when you see at C and D calculations, there is a resistor which is 2 ohms placed between two new node points. There is a node here, there is a node here on the top and the bottom, and a 2 ohms is placed here. So how to sort out this problem? So the given problem I have taken like this, and the same steps which I have followed for example 1, I will follow for the example 2 also. I will start calculating the equivalent circuit from the terminating point. So this is the reference point and this is the terminating point. So step 1, we have to calculate the reference RCD on the left side of the problem, and from the right side we start calculating 1 which is in series with 0.5, again it is in series with 0.5, which gives us the value as 2 ohms. Okay, so this is done with 2 ohms. Now that 2 ohms is in parallel with 2 ohms. So this is how the parallel combination is, and this parallel combination will once again result in 1 ohm. Now you can replace this 1 ohm in series with this 1 ohm in this fashion. So 1 ohm and 1 ohm are in series. In fact, this 1 ohm and this 1 ohm are in series, and the net value will be 2 ohms. And this 2 ohms again is parallel with the new resistance 2 ohms which we have identified, which is making this problem to be different from the example 1 problem. So this parallel combination will give you the value once again as 1 ohm, and this 1 ohm is already in series with this 1 ohm, and the resultant of 1 plus 1 will be 2 ohms, and this 2 ohms now you can replace this entire circuit with 2 ohms, and 2 ohms again parallel with 2 ohms, so it will give you the value again as 1 ohm. Now RCD, which we are supposed to look at from this reference point, is obtained to be 1 plus 1 plus 1, so the value is 3 ohms. This is one way of looking at this network, or I can read out the network which was given in the particular problem C and D. It was reduced to step 1, then this can be further reduced in this fashion, further it can be taken in this condition, and this is another way of reducing the network. And now this 1 and 1 are in series, the parallel value with 2 will give you the circuit to be in this fashion, and finally you will reach to this circuit. Anyhow, you have calculated the value of RCD, which is obtained as 3 ohms. In example 3, we need to find out the equivalent resistance between X and Y. Now what is the main difference between the previous problem and this problem? Here you can see there is a 6 ohms and 2 ohms which are arranged in zigzag fashion. So look at the network. This is the network which is given to us, and for reference sake, X and Y we need to calculate the equivalent resistance. I am identifying a new points as P, Q, R, S to be the 4 node points. From P to Q you have one resistor, from P to R you have another resistor, and also you have P to S you have another resistor. So all the resistors are placed between the given parameters. One thing you need to concentrate here, there is no element between R and S. So since no element is placed between R and S, therefore can be treated as a common node. I am treating this RS to be a common node. So I can say that the values which are having from P to R, that is 3 ohms, and the value which is 6 ohms between P and S are said to be in parallel. The same case with Q to R, which is 2 ohms, Q to S, which is 4 ohms. So 4 is in parallel with 2. Okay, why this has happened? Because there is no element between R and S. So this is the reduced network, where you can see PQRS is arranged in the same fashion, and 6 is parallel to 3, 2 is parallel to 4. So 1, 1.5 and 1.5 will give you the value as 4 ohms. 2 in parallel to 4 will give you the value as 4 by 3 ohms. 3 parallel to 6 will give you the value as 2 ohms, and the rest of the parameters are arranged as it is. Now this new parallel combination of 4 parallel to 4 by 3 will give you the value as 1 ohm. That 1 is in series with this 1 ohm, and the entire combination is parallel with 2 ohms. So this is how the reduced network will be. You have 1 and 8 ohms as the original circuit, 2 and parallel to 2. So the RXY value will be 10 ohms. So this is how you calculate the equivalent resistance problems. You look at these two examples. Here you have circuit 1 and you have circuit 2 on the top and the bottom. Now here you identify R1, is it parallel with R2? No, I don't think so. R3 series with R2? No, that is not in series. Why? Because there is a node point here. Okay, and the R2 parallel to R4 or R2 series with R4, I cannot say because there is a node point here. Look at the bottom problem also. You have CFD as a T network, CFD. You have 2 ohms here, you have 4 ohms here, you have 3 ohms here. I cannot say whether the 2 is parallel to 3 or 3 is parallel to 4 or 4 is in series with 2. So this kind of problems can be sorted out with the help of star to delta and delta to star transformation. So in the next class, I will be dealing with star to delta and delta to star transformation. I will tell you the exact derivation, I will tell you the formula, and then we will implement those techniques to sort out these kind of problems where you have resistors which are not arranged exactly in series or parallel. So in today's class, we have seen about the equivalent circuit. If you like my channel, please share among your friends, subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon for the future notifications. Thank you.